Hello everyone, it's Exoman, and I want to talk today about a couple of different things. One of them is the term, a term used on YouTube, and used on the internet, I guess, generally, and that is the term clickbait. Let's first define and describe what this term means. Clickbait, to me, is a term used to describe, say you were looking on the YouTube platform and you're looking at all the recommended videos and you see say a woman in a bikini being eaten by a crocodile, and you're compelled to click on that because it's very dramatic and sensational, and by God, you want to see a woman being eaten by a crocodile for whatever reason. You're just compelled, so you click on it, and there's no such footage, there's no such content in the video. It's a video about crocodile mating or something completely different, but anyway, the image where you saw in the thumbnail, in the picture that you click on to access the video, is just simply has nothing to do with the video. That, my friends, is clickbait. You were baited to click something that didn't have the content to back it up. Now, what other people are calling clickbait is anything that appeals to you and you click on it. That's ridiculously general use of that term. Just to simply say, well, I was baited into clicking on something, and then you click on it, and what is in the video is exactly what was in the thumbnail. That is not clickbait, my friends. That is a thumbnail. If it's an accurate thumbnail of the content in the video, it is not clickbait. It is a clickable image link to a video that has content that you saw in the thumbnail. So I hope that makes sense. So when we say that anything that entices you to click on it, say something, there's a picture of a woman in a bikini, like many of my videos, and you're enticed to click on it, and there you go, there's a video of a woman in a bikini, just like the thumbnail. To call that clickbait is to say that every thumbnail on YouTube is clickbait, because they enticed you to click on the video because it's something that you like or admire or seek out or want to see or whatever. So you clicked on it because it's something that interests you. And so by their definition, if something that is accurately depicted in a thumbnail is clickbait, then everything is clickbait. So what is it? Which is it? Let's understand the term, and let's be intellectually honest here. It's either clickbait or it isn't, or everything's clickbait. Am I making myself clear? Because this is just ridiculous. So that brings me, and I'm not angry. I just get animated when I talk, and I have a little bit of righteous indignation sometimes, and I don't know, moral outrage. But I don't need to, and I understand that. Okay, so that brings me to my next thing, which is this. There was a young couple that made a video about the decline of YouTube, in so much as to say that they feel, and I think it's fair for people to have feelings like this, you know, people, but I don't think people should be so negative about everything. You know, sometimes things just are the way they are. We have to deal with human nature. But this couple they seem to have they seem to be quite upset about the fact the way they see it, YouTube is declining into this cesspool of clickbait and just, as they say, garbage videos, and you know how they're trying to make the point that people, by clicking on these garbage video links, are just making YouTube much lower quality than it should be. And what you're doing is creating a monster, and they're saying YouTube doesn't care about content, they care about traffic and about getting their ads in front of people. Well, you know, that's true. YouTube does care about that, and I'm not here to judge or say what's going on with that, but The problem I had was that they used a thumbnail of my wife. Yeah, farm girl. And they, in their video, they were talking about garbage videos and clickbait and trash and all that, and they showed another thumbnail of my wife and kind of made fun. And it's not really fair, because what they were making fun of was a video that we made of a demonstration of a rocket stove. Now, here's the thing. I took some time and effort, and I went out and I found a blacksmith on Etsy. I had him make a stove, a rocket stove for us, and we took delivery of the rocket stove, and we learned about it. We learned how to use it, and we researched it a little bit, and we presented it. And my wife did a demonstration, which she does. Now, we got over 1.5 million views in a couple of weeks, and I think that pissed them off. I think that pisses off a lot of people. I don't think it should, and here's why. Because the reason people are pissed off is because my wife is attractive, and she, in her way, she has an allure. She's visually appetizing, whatever you want to say. She's just a good-looking woman. And so when she presents a product, she's going to get more views than, say, I would, because she's more attractive than me, or she has more attractive features, whatever you want to say. So I would tip the hat to somebody like me who had the good sense to conceive a video in this manner, and I have to carefully dance around what I say. Dare I say, use our assets for the best possible outcome. I could, like I say, I could have put myself in the video and gotten a lot fewer views, but I'm not here to get fewer views. You know, I can use any talent I have. To gain attention on YouTube, you have to bring something to the table. If there are 10,000 these people that have these complaints, the young couple that posted that video, they have, for example, a what do you call it? They're preppers. Well, maybe not preppers, but homesteaders or some such. And there are thousands of people on YouTube, tens of thousands of people who are doing videos like that, ostensibly. You have to be special, don't you, to make it in that arena? You have to have something to offer. Now, I would venture to say that if I went on there as a homesteader and did my best to produce videos and present things and ideas, that I might not do as well as somebody who was doing the exact same material but had a more appealing look, or a more appealing voice, or, you know, maybe it was an attractive woman instead of me. And I can't be sour grapes about that. I just have to be the best that I can be, don't I? And do the best that I can do. And I just think that it's that. I think it's sour grapes when we act like that, and we want to attack and criticize other people because we don't feel we're doing as well. Come on now. Let's all play fair and play nice. Let me get to the gist of it. Don't attack people who are minding their business and doing exactly that, their business. This isn't our business, you know. We do what we like, but we make a living doing this. And we're not hurting anybody. We never disparage. We're not out there to disparage other people or attack other people or just be critical or ugly. We don't curse. We don't, over ornament our bodies in any way. We're just kind of plain or somewhat ordinary but fun-loving people who are very comfortable in our own skin. We shoot most of our videos at our home. We don't even, it's ridiculous to think that we're bothering or disturbing or hurting anybody when we're shooting videos at our own home and we're doing things that we think are sane and civilized, and we're not compromising our own beliefs in any way. I'm not doing anything that I think is selling out by filming my wife in a bikini. Long before YouTube, long before I had a cell phone with a digital camera, 30 years ago, before I had children, I took my lovely wife to the beach in a bikini, in Malibu, with a G-string on. My wife wore a, whatever you call those, a thong bikini. Because she was absolutely gorgeous, and it was okay to do that, and it was the time and place for that. A beach, a public beach. Now that was okay. Nobody would dare have come up to me and said, "How dare you wear a bikini?" Even if she, whatever, that was short-lived. I mean, when she wore regular bikinis, a regular cut, nobody would even consider walking up to us and challenging us, you know, and saying, "How dare you be proud of your wife, and how dare she be proud of her body that she works so hard on?" It doesn't happen. But in this environment, boy, they come out of the woodwork. And it's pretty sad, you know. It's sad and pathetic how often we are called sad and pathetic. I have judgmental, angry, jealous people who sit in their dark hovels and hate. They just hate. I have it all the time. And I know I'm doing something right, so I'm not that upset about it, really. I'm very successful at what I do. I put out appealing content. There is no crime. There is no hate. There is nothing. There's no malevolence of any kind. It's just what we think is beautiful, you know, and to other people is just appalling. You know, well, go and put on your long woolen pants, wool swimsuits, ladies, and go to the beach. And don't dare to wear anything low cut or high cut or bikini style unless the police come and measure your swimsuit. That used to happen. Women used to go to the beach and the policeman would come and measure the length of their swimwear to make sure it was appropriate. You had to be fully covered. Your torso had to be covered. So have we gone back to that era? Are we Puritans? Come on now. If you wouldn't approach me in a grocery store, if you wouldn't approach me or my wife on the beach and say these things, why on earth are you saying them on YouTube? What's the problem? Really? I think the problem is we just get sour grapes. When we're not doing as well as the next person, we want to come up with all kinds of reasons why they're doing better and why they're cheating and why they're being evil and mischievous. And I'm just a guy with a camera. I'm 54 years old. My wife is 50 years old. We're what old folks used to be. My wife is the age that women were when I was a young man, when they began crocheting and wearing their hair in buns and sitting around in a house dress and spending their lives between the kitchen and the sofa. That's the age we are. I'll be lucky to live another 30 years. We're having fun, okay? And I'm tongue-in-cheek, I'm sorry that my wife is good-looking and that we have a very successful channel. No, I'm not. Of course I'm not. I'm very proud and very happy. Trolls, keep on coming. You do nothing but help. You really help immensely. Trolls help immensely. I'm not angry. Again, I'm just saying. You all had your say. You used my wife. You called. Essentially, when you use my content and you throw up pictures of my thumbnails and use my thumbnail for your video, go ahead. I'm not going to ask you to take it down. But essentially, you're calling us garbage. You're calling our content garbage because you're pure. I know that's in your username. I think it's pure something. It's just wrong. That's just very wrong. You should be applauded for what you do as long as you're doing what you love and you're not hurting or hating. More power to you. Same goes for this way. If I'm not hurting you and you don't like what I'm doing, move along. But don't just own what you're doing. I'm not going to tell you don't do it. Use us as an example if you want of garbage videos. I'm not even going to try to stop you. But own what you're doing. You're hating people because they're more successful. I put up videos of what I like, what I love, and sometimes 3 days later I might have 2 million views. It is interesting to note that I have a lot of views. I have a lot of subscribers. The numbers are good all around. Now, take into consideration that the internet is chock full of nudity. My wife has not been nude, ever. She's never been unclothed fully in her videos. And she wears a bikini, basically, or body paint sometimes, whatever. We don't even have to do that. Why is that? Why am I, it's all relative, but why am I this successful if my wife stays classy? As far as we're concerned, she keeps it classy. We keep it classy. We kind of push the envelope. We have fun. She wears attractive swimwear. Why is that traffic coming to us? It's because I'm very good at what I do. I know how to use my resources. I know how to use the internet. I know how to do all the things that I'm supposed to do as a webmaster and content creator to bring in the numbers. And that's what I have done. And I think that you're missing a lot. You got to have more nuance here. I think that there are a lot of people who attack me when the smart thing would have been to shoot me an email and say, hey man, just wanted to say congrats or good job, or I'm interested in what you do and I would like to pick your brain. Something like that, and I might be open to those kind of things. But why trash people when they're doing really well? And again, they're not hurting anybody. So I think that's interesting, and that's something to think about. We do I don't know. Here's something. Okay, we get compared to porn a lot, which is absolutely absurd. Anybody with a rational mind knows that a woman in a bikini is in no way the equivalent to a woman having gang sex. I mean, I don't even like to talk about it or go there, but women do. I don't even want to judge that, but women have all manner of sexual intercourse with strangers on film. That to me is porno, the state of porno these days. And they don't make anything near what we make, these porn stars. I don't judge them, I'm just saying. For the most lurid of scenes, the most famous of porn stars may only get a couple of $1,000 for a scene, versus, you know, a video that might make $20,000 or $30,000 over 10 years, you know, a YouTube video. So it doesn't even compare. So you see what I'm saying? You know, it's so obnoxious and absurd for people to try to draw us into that realm when we have nothing of it. Again, woman in bikini, pornography, not the same. It's just ridiculous to even try to draw a correlation there. So ask why people are successful. Don't just jump up and criticize. Wonder why. Dare to wonder. Dare to wonder why someone's making it when you're not. Don't just say they're making it because they're cheating. Don't just make that assumption. Because again, like I say, there's a lot of women in bikinis on the internet. There's virtually millions, but they're coming here. They're coming to see my wife because she's got something. She's half of a century old, And she's one of the sweetest, kindest people I've ever known, I've ever had the pleasure to have met. And that comes out, that translates on video. So it's not all, you know, you might, you know, if you want to be a caveman and look at it and be as critical as you can say, oh, woman, boobs, not fair. Or you can say, there's something special about that woman. And her husband really loves her. And they're doing some stuff that I don't even understand, so I'm not going to stand in judgment. That's how I see it. That's how I would be. And again, I would ask, how do you do that? And is there some technique I might employ? Although we have different venues, we have different types of content, the rules are pretty much the same. It's making use of the internet and you know, all of the tools in our arsenal. I would just be more curious and less brash and less prone to be on the front. So anyway, I wish you all well. I hope that all of you who strive to do well in your endeavors will work your hardest and do your best. That's all we can do. And I wish you all magnificent success and peaceful hearts. And go well, my friends. Thanks for watching.